أدعوكم إلى التوجه يوم السبت إلى ميدان السبعين.
Today is the 26th of March 2016, marking the one-year anniversary of the aggression on the Yemeni people by Saudi Arabia and its allies. Today, millions upon millions of Yemenis from every village, every city, every governorate have come together in the Meydan Sabin at the request of Ali Abdullah Saleh, the former president of the Republic of Yemen, to show support for their leader, Ali Abdullah Saleh, chairman for the General People's Congress Party. The people come today to show him their fidelity and honour, as he honoured his people by giving up his position in 2012. We are seeing here millions of Yemeni citizens who have rallied together to protest the one-year anniversary of the Saudi massacres on their homeland. They come with love and respect for their country. They come without fear and disregard for their lives to the threats broadcast by the Saudi media meant to terrorize them psychologically. Saudi media only broadcast chaos and sedition, but still millions upon millions ignore the threats to turn up in support of their beloved country. If anything, it has made them more resolute in their beliefs to come today and take a stance to deliver their message to the world, to bring forth the truth what is happening to their country. The people today show their solidarity and a moving stance against the Saudi invasion of their homeland. They demand the cessation of the continuous attacks on their families and homes. What you are witnessing here today has never been seen before in the history of the Yemeni people, a flood of humanity to preserve their beloved homeland.
كالسيل الجارف، كان نحن واقفين على الأرض ونقول للعدوان يخسوا العملاء والخونة والمرتزقة، يخسوا من باع وطنه ويخسى من باع أرضه وعرضه.
ميدان السبعين ميدان الشرفاء، ميدان الرجال والنساء الأوفياء لهذا الوطن. نقول وبكل كلمة صدق وبكل كلمة حق تحيا الجمهورية اليمنية ويسقط تحالف العدوان والمرتزقة عملاء السعودية.
They come humbly with humility and victorious that they were not the first aggressors. They come to celebrate the lives lost in martyrdom for their country. They celebrate their injuries as a mark of honour for protecting their homeland against the continuous attacks, shelling and bombing brought upon Yemen by the Saudi regime and its allies. The Meydan Sabin is well known in Yemen as the monumental meeting place, but it still could not accommodate the flood of millions upon millions of people lining the roads and streets of Sana'a, with still hundreds of thousands unable to reach their destination, as all routes leading into Sana'a were congested by vehicles and people still arriving hours later. The Yemeni people are requesting the international community to intervene and stop this massacre, and to implement a resolution to put an embargo on the Saudi regime to stop the sale of weapons that are used on Yemeni soil. The Yemeni people request prosecution to the fullest of the Saudi regime by the International Court for the war crimes committed on the Yemeni people, which so far has caused the death and carnage of over 30,000 innocents and the displacement of millions of people whose homes have been destroyed since the start of the aggression 1 year ago. The Saudi attacks have almost rendered the infrastructure of Yemen useless, with the unimaginable destruction of hundreds of schools, colleges, universities, hospitals, medical factories, mosques, historical sites, tourist sites, factories, chicken farms, flour mills, food trucks, local marketplaces, food storage facilities, water storage tanks, communication networks, media broadcasting companies, power stations, roads and bridges, sports stadiums, fuel trucks and stations, government and private offices, airports, ports, and many, many more.
هذه الحشود الغفيرة تقول للشعب وتقول للعالم أن الشعب اليمني موجود والمؤتمر الشعبي موجود، تمام، وأن الذي في الخارج لا يمثلوا حد، لا يمثلوا إلا أنفسهم.
نحن من سيخلد هذا التاريخ؟ نحن أبناء سبع وحمير، نحن سنحمي بلادنا، سنحمي أرضنا، نحن من سيدفن غزاة هذه الأرض كما دفنهم أجدادنا وأسلافنا.
The gathering of people today at Meydan السبعين is proof of their resolution and steadfastness. They are the only legitimate voice. The people here today are the voice of the Yemeni people, and no voice has a higher authority than the people of Yemen, showing a true democracy. They send a message to those Yemenis who abide in the hotels in Riyadh at the expense of the Saudi regime and still have the illusions that they can force Ali Abdullah Saleh, a man who, to safeguard a nation, gave up his power peacefully and with honour and dignity in 2012, even though his popularity was at its peak, to leave his country.
نفتي برواحنا، نفتي بعيالنا، نفتي بالدنيا كلها.
عفاش خط أحمر محرم حرمة البيت الحرم.
The Yemenis in Riyadh are not or will ever be for the interest of the Yemeni people. They have betrayed their country as partners of the Saudi regime and shared in the killing of thousands of their brethren. They have no morals or morality, which in turn gives them no right to speak on behalf of the Yemenis.
نحن من هذا المكان من ميدان السبعين نمد يد السلام، سلام الشجاعات، سلام الشجاعات للحوار المباشر مع النظام السعودي دون العودة إلى مجلس الأمن الدولي الذي لا يحرك ساكن القضية الفلسطينية أكثر من 50 سنة لن يعملوا شيئا.
The Yemeni people demand the prosecution of these traitors and the war crimes they have committed against their own people. The case against the Saudi aggression on the Yemeni people will never lessen in intensity with time. It will only increase should it take 100 years. Today, they show Saudi Arabia they still stand together, united and strong until eternity. No religion, no diversity or geography will separate the Yemeni people. Infinite messages have been sent by the Yemeni people to their neighbours, Saudi Arabia and its allies, that Yemenis love life, love peace, and wish to live in peace and harmony. They advocate for peace with their neighbours, and they will persevere. They wish the world to know they stand unanimous when danger threatens their livelihood and their beloved country. They will be steadfast and resolute with the courage to give their life's blood to live in peace, to be treated with dignity and their right to equality.